Hello there and welcome to Sharby's World, starring your girl Sharby, of course. It's a beautiful day. I hope you guys are having an excellent day. Any day that I wake up breathing is a beautiful day. So hopefully you guys are enjoying your day as well. Um, I wanted to make a really quick video about masculine and feminine energies. I just typed up an article about it on my website. Be sure to check that out at sharby.com. But I think that these principles, the masculine and the feminine energies, are things that we tend to ignore or we don't fully understand, but we interface with them every day. So it makes no sense that we don't have people that are teaching us about these energies because the more that you understand the characteristics or the aspects of these energies, then the more you can understand yourself. And everything leads back to self. Everything is about self knowledge. So, one of the most important things that I've learned on my path to self mastery is that you need to know the principles of masculine and feminine energy. There's no way to avoid this. This is the yin and yang, the left and right, the up and down. It's the binary or the dichotomy. It is the opposites that are not necessarily opposites. They are actually very complementary. So we see this in the yin yang symbol when we see the all black side, but it has a little circle of white in the middle, and then we see the all white side, and it has a little circle of black in the middle. Um, this is letting us know that the energies can morph into each other because they are two aspects of one energy. So we need to get that into our minds, get that into our psyches, that we have one source energy, but it has broken itself into two major energies, the masculine energy and the feminine energy. So it is through the union of the two, or the orgasm of the two, that anything in the physical is made physical. So we need to know the basic fundamentals of masculine and feminine. So we can start with the masculine energy. The masculine comes first because it was the energy that arose from source energy and said, "I want." And that can sum up masculine energy. It desires. It has an intention. It has a blueprint. And it wants to see something manifest. So the masculine energy is very logical. It's very straightforward. It's very controlled, and it is very focused on the goal because it wants to manifest the goal. So masculine energy is external. And we can see this with the man. Now, a man is masculine and feminine, but it is predominantly masculine because of its physical type or its body's makeup. You know, your design denotes your function. So if you are designed as a man, you are going to have more masculine qualities because of your physical design. So we can see this with the male penis. It directs and it rises up and it falls back down, but either way it's pointing, you know what I'm saying? So it is external. So this is the masculine energy. It serves to lead, it wants to control, it wants to direct. Um, so we all have masculine energy. So if you look at yourself and you say, okay, well, what is it that I want to do? You know, what is it that I want to invent, or what do I want to see manifest? This comes from the mind. The mind is the physical component as well of the masculine energy. Or we won't say physical because the mind's definitely not physical, but it is the corresponding component of the masculine energy. Because when you want something, you're going to think about it first before you do anything. So before anything is done, it has to cross your mind in the first place for it to happen. So this is a masculine act because you have desires that float through your mind all the time. So, and then you have desires that are not necessarily ruled by the mind. So you can have desires like hunger. Hunger is an excellent example because even when you are a very young child and you're not aware, you're not necessarily thinking yet, you can still feel hunger. So you have that desire to nourish, you know? So the masculine energy is all pervasive, it is everywhere, and it is very necessary for you to find your own masculine energy so that you follow your own intent. So most people are following the intents of masculine energies that are around them, but they don't follow their own masculine energy or their own masculine intent. So we see this with people that watch TV all the time, or people that, go to church and they get their masculine directives from their pastor, or they go to school and the school says they should do XYZ, so they do XYZ. It's like everything around us is trying to suggest that we do something. It is trying to force their will upon us. So that is what the masculine energy does. It is going to thrust for lack of better word, it is going to thrust its ideals into the dimension. So the masculine energy is all about making things happen. So now we can move forward to feminine energy. Feminine energy is the response to the masculine energy. So the feminine energy is very internal. It is very emotional. It feels, and it has the materials to create whatever it is that the masculine directive is. So if the masculine directive is to make ABC, the masculine does not have the material that is necessary to make ABC. So it must join with the feminine energy, because the feminine energy is going to internalize the directive from the masculine energy and take it on into itself, the feminine energy, and it is going to merge with this intent and create the intent. It is going to create the actual manifestation for the blueprint that was given from the masculine energy. So we can definitely see this with women. Women are internal. Women have what is called the sixth sense, or the knowing, because we are very intuitive. We can feel what is going on. And then if a man, inserts his penis into a woman's vagina, he impregnates her. He has the seed or the sperm, the blueprint of what it is that he wants to see manifest. But she has all the materials in her womb, her uterus, excuse me. So she is able to intake the sperm and say, oh wow, so you want a cute little brown baby with some black hair and some brown eyes. I can make that happen. And she merges with the masculine directive, and now she adds all the materials that are necessary, spins it all around to make a baby. Yay! So that is what the feminine energy is for. The feminine energy has the material that is necessary to create what the masculine wants to create. So the feminine energy is very, it's submissive, because it is going to take the directive. It's not controlling. It is very emotional. So it needs to feel good about the directive. It doesn't matter what the directive is from the masculine energy. The feminine energy just needs to feel good about manifesting it, and then it will manifest it. So we can see this with people, that watch the TV. So the TV says, you need that Colgate to, make your smile perfect. So us being mostly feminine here in this dominant society, since we don't really create our own directives, we take on the directives of others. We say, yes, you're right. I need that Colgate. Let me go to the store. Let me go to work so I can make sure that I'm getting enough money so I can buy the best, because the TV is telling me what is best. The TV is telling me what is exclusive. The TV is suggesting to me what it is that I need to go get. So we are on the feminine side of things right now, because we are amassing all of the materials that the preacher and the pastors and not the students, but the teachers and the television, the radio shows, the celebrities, everyone is telling us what to do, and we say, absolutely, I can do that for you because I feel good about this. So it is very imperative for you to look at yourself and first and foremost see what energies it is that you are prevalent in. See what energy it is that I will say you are polarized to, or kind of imbalanced in. You see what I'm saying? What energy that you cling to most. So, would you be more masculine energy that is more, logical and straight to the point and calculating? Or would you be more feminine, which is more uh, submissive, more intuitive, more creative, and more illogical? So, we can look at the brain. We see the brain. The brain has a left side and a right side. And the power point of the brain is definitely the middle. It's the corpus callosum. So you want to get to the middle of the brain. You want to get to the balance point where you have the left brain and the right brain working together in unison. So, or the yin yang symbol. You see the symbol is the two energies balanced. So with the brains, we have the left brain, which is predominantly masculine, and it is focused on, the physical realm, things that are external, being more logical and more straightforward and more calculating, more analytical. And then we have the right brain, which would be more of the feminine energy because it is definitely illogical. It, goes in the circles. It is very intuitive. It is very emotional. It's very colorful. And it's full of chaos. I guess we can use that word. Absolutely. It has a beautiful chaos. There's no real order in the right brain. And you can see this with your dreams. With your dreams, like your dreams don't really make sense. You see what I'm saying? But it's because you're more so tapped into the invisible or the subtle energies that are present here in this dimension, but we can't really see them because we're more so focused on the masculine side of the brain. We're more so focused on the left side of the brain. So, and that's another key that I would love to bring up is that the the left brain controls the right side of the body, and then the right brain controls the left side of the body. So when we're writing everything with our right hand, we're, using our left brain. Or the fact that everything is a square. Everything around us is in squares. It's boxed in. Everything in this room is in a box. That's left brain. Left brain is going to box you into some shit. It's going to give you the order that says, all right, we have this box and now we're going to put everything in it. You know what I'm saying? But the feminine energy is not boxed. So the right brain, which would be, ruling the left side of the body, is going to be much more circular, much more logical, and much more creative and inventive. Um, so the sweet spot is to get to the middle, is to get to the point where you are utilizing both energies simultaneously and you are at a neutral point because nature is neutral. So you need to get to the point where you utilize either energy according to the situation. So this helps you also to first and foremost remain in the now, remain, meditated and steady in the now moment because, the last moment doesn't exist and the forward moment doesn't exist. There is no past, there is no present when you reside in the now. So in the now, you can say, well, right now I'm working on a video and I need to be logical in this video, so I'm going to access my left brain. But then I might need to get creative. So then later on in the video, maybe 5 seconds in, I'm going to get right brain and I'm going to get very creative and intuitive and I'm going to tap into my emotion. You see what I'm saying? Like there needs to be a constant alchemy between the two energies so that you stay balanced. Um, and constant, mental calisthenics to know which energy is necessary for which situation. So I can speak on my own experience and I can speak for myself. I am a very masculine woman. So I am severely left brained. Well, I was severely left brained. Let me go ahead and make that past tense because I've been focusing in on my own energy and learning how to balance the energies out. So I'm the person that would typically be way too straightforward, be way too blunt, be very condescending, very patronizing, very rude. Didn't really care about your feelings. I would say, things that I felt like were necessary to be said, but it was at the expense of all of the people's feelings around me. And pretty much didn't care. I'm the person that would wake up and put on black every single day. I was just very I was very straightforward and very to the point. And I'm still that way, definitely because that is one of my strengths, to be a very thrustful type of person. But I had to get more in balance because I am also a woman. So the woman is going to carry the feminine aspect regardless. So I have since worked on myself, and I have learned to be more in touch with my emotions, be more in touch with my feeling, and not laugh at myself for feeling a type of way or pushing it off to the back like it doesn't matter. But instead, I'll say to myself, Shar, why do you feel this way? What's wrong, Shar? Shar, you're acting crazy today. What's wrong, baby? Are you okay? Because you don't seem okay. You're not acting okay. Do you feel okay? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm giving myself the allowance necessary to feel. And before, in my severely masculine, severely left brain ways, I did not do this. So I was not the person that dealt with feelings. I was the person that dealt with facts, only facts. If you're not talking to me objectively, then I don't want to talk to you because I don't give a damn about that subjective shit that you're talking about because it has nothing to do with me. So I'm definitely still that way. But now I know when it's necessary to be that way, and then when it's necessary to say, wait a minute, well, how do you feel about this, baby? Well, what do you think about this, babe? You know what I'm saying? And I have access more of my right brain faculties because my desired goal is not to be always masculine, and my desired goal is not to be always feminine. My desired goal, the apex point, the point that I will get to, the point that I am at, is the point of balance. So that I know when to say, hell no, fuck that shit you're talking about, or when to say, oh, really? Is that how you feel? That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? Because I am working with both worlds at the same time. So me having the strong masculine intent inside of a woman's body, I'm getting the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is very necessary for people to sit down with themselves because if we understood more of the masculine and the feminine principle, then there wouldn't be so much confusion. We wouldn't have the gender identity confusion. That wouldn't even be a conversation. You see what I'm saying? We wouldn't have a lot of this, oh, you guys hate us because we're men and women bodies, or we're women and men bodies, and we want to, we want to flip over to the other side. Um, that is the epitome of imbalance because you don't really want to be one energy. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a feminine woman, you still want to have the access to the masculine energy. You want to have the access to the logic so that you can mix it up into the pot whenever it's necessary. You see what I'm saying? So when we have these people out here talking about, transiting from one energy to the next energy, this is just going to create more delusion. It's going to create more binary and more imbalance because you are both. So we see this with the body because your body, you have two brains. So you have a left brain and a right brain, but you have to get to the sweet spot so that you're controlling everything simultaneously. So that is like the word universe. It means to be united in conflict because uni is united and verse is versus, which is against. So you are united against yourself. So that is the epitome of masculine and feminine energy. So I think with most people, because I can notice this now that I am more fluid in the aspects or the characteristics, most people like to choose one side and shun or damn the other side. You know what I'm saying? So they like to say, well, I'm masculine and I'm super logical and I don't have time for those feelings. And then, they basically lock themselves out of the sweet spot or the apex point, which is having access to the logic and the feelings simultaneously. So you want to have access to your heart and to your mind simultaneously. So the heart, the feminine, and the mind, the masculine, need to work together in unison, and it should be a constant reciprocation. So when you get locked only in the mind and locked only in the mental, then you produce stagnation. You become stagnant. And I would be the epitome of that. So I can speak on that because I was the person that was locked into um, only logic. And if it did not make any sense factually, then you didn't really have an audience with me. You see what I'm saying? And then we have people that are now really the opposite because people are locked into their heart chakras, and their heart chakra is full of debris because they are internalizing a lot of masculine intent, or a lot of masculine energy, a lot of thoughts, and a lot of suggestions that are not their own. So they are constantly downloading a lot of masculine energy, or a lot of suggestions, a lot of desires from other entities that couldn't give a damn about them. You see what I'm saying? But when you internalize them and you put them in your heart, then you really want to be Nicki Minaj. Then you really want to, live your life like Drake. Then you really want to, pop 56 Zans and fit in one night like Future. You know what I'm saying? It's like the masculine intent that people are taking in from society is being held in their hearts. And so now they are doing whatever is necessary to manifest a reality based on the suggestions that they got from these, random celebrities or pastors or teachers or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it is, it's just somewhere from outside. So once you download that into your heart chakra, what you're going to do is create material. You're going to start manifesting whatever it is that you can manifest to live like how it is that you think that you're supposed to live according to what it is that you have downloaded outside of yourself. So this is a setup for suicide because now you're killing off your own masculine intent. You have just castrated your male. So you chopped off his member. You know what I'm saying? You chopped off his energy. You have boxed him in. You have said, no, don't go thrusting your own intent over here. I have an intent just fine. CBS just told me what I need to be thinking about. Thank you, CNN. Shout out to you guys. So I'm gonna go get my ticket, and all of this work that I've been putting in at this job, I'm now gonna buy a ticket so I can go to Ferguson, and now I can march and protest and be pissed off and upset because that's what the TV told me to do. You see what I'm saying? So it's a setup, and I think that it suffices to say that we are now in a matriarchy. We are in a very feminine society that is full of material, and we have been duped because it is very cleverly masked behind a patriarchy. So there isn't really much masculine intent here. There's really only one masculine intent, and that is just to steal all of your energy, and it's working perfectly. Because most people are not tuning into their own life purpose. They are getting their life purpose from outside entities, and they are manifesting it. So we are all, consumers, and we're consuming what it is that these people are saying that we need to get, and we are thus creating more waste, more material, and we're still not happy. You see what I'm saying? So it's very necessary that we see how these energies work, not just on a personal, physical, body type of level, but how they work, in a universal law type of aspect, because um, it's levels to this, and on every level, you're still going to see the masculine and the feminine side. So it's just it's funny to watch people say like, oh no, gender roles don't matter, blah blah blah. But these are the same people that that need their weed every day. They smoke their weed every day, but they don't know that it's only coming from one type of plant. You know what I'm saying? Like masculine and feminine plants don't both make the herb that these people are smoking. So yes, masculine and feminine energies definitely apply to you. They apply to everyone. Because if there was no ebb and flow, if there was no in and out, then we would not be here. You see what I'm saying? So we wouldn't be able to eat from these plants that are producing these fruits, and we wouldn't be able to have these trees to knock down to create these shelters. We wouldn't have anything here if it were not for these two basic principles, masculine and feminine. So we need both aspects. So first, internalize that within yourself and say, okay, well, am I more masculine? Am I more feminine? What do I need to start doing? What type of exercises do I need to start implementing to become more balanced? And the more that you become balanced yourself, then the more that you attract to more balanced situations, and the more that you are able to turn up your energy and actually utilize your life purpose and do what it is that you came down here to do. Because you didn't come down here to watch TV and watch somebody else do them, And you definitely didn't come down here to wait on, some fictional character that someone else made up that you cannot quantify. You didn't come down here to be suggested into doing a bunch of shit that has nothing to do with you. You came down here for a very specific purpose. So it is very necessary for people to utilize these energies to get back to purpose point. So that is all I really want to say for this video. I don't want to drag it out too long because I noticed that my videos tend to get a little on the long side because I am rather talkative. That is right. But I just want to be very clear and very fluid in what it is that I'm saying in this video, which is just that we need both energies. We can't cling to one and shun the other. Both are very necessary. So, and I'm living proof of this because I am definitely the masculine person. So I will be like, shit, what's happening, bruh? Shit, turn up my nigga. But at the same time, I might, turn back around and get my feelings and be like, oh, baby, why you hurt me? That is how I access both at the same damn time. You see what I'm saying? So the sweet spot is to be both simultaneously at the same damn time. Woo! All right, absolutely. So, guys, definitely check out my article that I typed up just for you at Sharby.com, Masculine and Feminine Principles. I'll definitely have more blogs coming up very soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Share this with your friends if it helps you out.